Yo, look who fell asleep first.
Prank him, John.
Yo!
Welcome back everyone. It really feels like EA have done me dirty in this one. We will unravel that later in the video though. For now we've made it to Division 4 after a hard fought slog through Division 5. So I'm just going to jump right into it. The first game didn't start so well, but we turned that around pretty quickly. Now the type of pass I'm about to do will come up a few times in this video, and if I had to describe my look, I'd just show this clip. Fortunately in this match it didn't cost me too badly. It was a back and forth match though, one of those rare matches though where my opponent doesn't just rag about the skill stick hoping I press circle at the wrong time, which I normally do. We did end up getting the victory. We're only ahead by one and the guy quit out, so I'm not entirely sure why they would do that. A win is a win though, and we had our first victory secured. I have to say I was feeling confident. We even had the win multiplier make an appearance, so obviously in the next match I got my ass handed to me. Wait a minute, is that Greenwood? It is. We did go 3-0 down and then 4-0 down. We'd lost the multiplier we just got and we were back to square one just as quickly as we left it. I pressed on though with unwavering strength and commitment, and I went 1-0 down inside 15 minutes. Then the BS goal of the century. It kind of set the tone for the rest of the video, if I'm being totally honest. After that tragedy, we are still bottom of Division 4 and need an enormous number of wins to have any hope of promotion. So I jumped into the next game. And yes, the EA BS was strong in this one. I was fuming that was given, to be honest. Let me know if you think it was a penalty, because I really don't think it was.
Bro, what the heck? You tripping, bro. You tripping.
Obviously he scored it and I couldn't have scored even if there was no keeper in net. Now remember the pass I did earlier? This is number 2. I got lucky again though, and shortly after that I ran up the other end of the pitch and scored. But here is where I understand what happened, but at the same time it doesn't make any sense, at least in my mind. After the goal it was 1-1, but they decided to quit out. Now after some head scratching I came to the conclusion it's because they didn't want to risk losing, and by quitting out it means they guarantee avoiding a loss, but they also guarantee they can win at the same time. So I get it, but I also still don't. I'd rather just try and win when it's still a draw. Now I can't decide if this is because of how everyone is accustomed to EA shenanigans or players just have a lot less determination nowadays. Anyway, we had a pack to open from completing some objectives. And we did pack a Trailblazer. Unfortunately, they weren't good enough for our team though. It's kind of hard to beat Courtois. Having said that, the other players that we packed, we seem to be getting a lot of 88 rated players, 3 of them in total across the packs. However, none of them were tradable, which all things considered isn't too bad when I can use them for SBCs. Speaking of SBCs, I proceeded to make one of the worst choices so far in my FC career. For some deluded reason, I thought we would bag an amazing team of the week player. All I had to do was give up 11 of my mostly rated 84 players, and this is who we ended up with. Yep, I screwed myself over with that one, just like the 3 matches that followed. So still bottom of Division 4, and even though it was the same amount of wins I needed, it felt like I needed a lot more. But not to worry, Division 4 rewards were in. So I'm picking one of the 4 player picks, and I decide on Brandt. I push X, and then I'm met with the following message. Yes, EA have decided it would be best to demote me to Division 6. I've worked my ass off to get to Division 4, and EA have just strolled along and decided to put me back 2 divisions because of some new season. I didn't realize that this game was Warzone in disguise. Why on earth is there seasons? Maybe someone can explain to me why it's beneficial for anyone but EA, as they can reset the rewards they give out, which doesn't necessarily mean it's better for us players. I was put into getting into Division 4 all for nothing. The only slight positive that I can scrape together is that I was having a tough time in Division 4, so maybe I could get back to winning some games. But before that, we had some coins saved and I needed to upgrade the team. Looking at the squad, I wanted more La Liga players to try and get some better chemistry, and I felt our defense was an area we could definitely improve on. I decided to purchase Militao. Good pace, good defending, and good physical. Next up, we got Araujo, that probably isn't how you say his name, who is very similar to Militao, so I was feeling confident about my purchases. We got them slotted into the squad, and we moved on. Instead of being at the bottom of Division 4, we are at the bottom of Division 6. And I was thinking, well, we've been promoted before, so there's no reason why we can't do it again. It sounds simple when I say it like that. To help you understand how the next few games went for me, let me walk you through one of them. Game 1, and 5 minutes in, stupid pass number 3.
Plays alongside Antoine Griezmann. Oh, great attacking play. Griezmann!
My luck had run out at this point. Yes, my passes would fail miserably. His passes would work like a dream and put in 2-0 up inside 25 minutes. My pass would fail miserably and his would somehow magically work its way through without any issues. Now, before you call me terrible, let me show you this. Ball into the box. My intention was to pass it to Auzmur because he's open and can shoot first time. I even set the power to about a quarter full. Can you guess what happened next? Let's play it out. Surely that one isn't on me. I even shot first time as I wanted to, but EA decided it shouldn't go to Auzmur who could actually score. It should go to the player with a smaller chance of scoring. It just didn't happen for us at all after that. Then he runs down the other end of the pitch, does a Maradona spin and power shots it into the top bins. Now, I'm really not proud of what I did next, but in the interest of being transparent, I did quit out of the game. I just couldn't face the BS any longer. Then in the next match, because I'm an idiot and I thought it would be a good idea to play another after losing a shed load already, 22 minutes in and Kane comes flying in with an atrocious tackle, which I thought deserved a red card, but he got off lightly with a yellow. The guy then pauses and quits out. Seriously, what's going on with people? Did he honestly quit because he got a yellow and he didn't want to risk a red? Or did he genuinely just have to leave? Either way, I think the person who quits out when two teams are drawing should forfeit the game. It's just a cheap way of avoiding a loss and is totally unfair on the person who wants to carry on with the match. I had to take a break at this point, the game was just getting to me. Whilst taking a break, I noticed that I had some comments on my previous video. I quickly would just like to point out that I appreciate every single view on that one. It's my most viewed video so far, and I'd like to thank anyone who watched it, even if it was for 10 seconds, and especially to anyone who commented. Thank you. Akash gave me some great info on who I should look at purchasing. We'd already got Militao. We do have Foden on loan for a few games, so we could try him out. Griezmann was a great shout, so when I wasn't recording, I'd bought him for 31k, I think. I did look at the Evo for Sissoko, but I got confused with how they work, so I left it. Feeling confident, we jumped into the next game, and surprisingly, we started out well, scoring inside 5 minutes. Then, as per usual, they pulled one back very quickly, but with Griezmann the super signing, we went 2-1 up, then 3-1 up, and finally we were 4-1 up and the guy quit. This was it, I thought. We've waded through the bad times and it's plain sailing from here. So the next game we started strong. Foden scored, although I wasn't a massive fan of him. After trying him out, he wasn't really gelling within the team. Griezmann put us 2-0 up and he also swiftly got us to 3-0, but then the cheese started. As soon as that first goal went in, I just knew that it was going to be one of those games. We did go 4-1 up, so there was hope. That was quickly shattered when he bagged a second, and then stupid pass number 4 stamped on the small amount of hope I had left. And then it was completely gone when he scored the 4th. And in the 87th minute, I almost gave up on the game entirely. We lost after being so far ahead. It was honestly soul destroying. What followed was an enormous loss streak. But then, in the distance, it appeared.
What is that? What is that?
Yes, it felt so good to get those dominating wins in the bag. After all the BS and the demotions, I was back and within one win of earning my promotion to Division 5 for a second time. I was so determined to win this final game. It was end-to-end stuff at the start and they looked the more likely to score. And then in only the 5th minute, we were 1-0 down. But I'd worked too hard to let this one slide. And 3 minutes later, with a great pass to Danjuma, he rocketed us to 1-0. Immediately after, the pressure was back on. 2 quick chances put the game on a nice edge. And then, just before half-time, another great pass from midfield put Danjuma through and he bagged from an outrageous angle to put us 2-1 up. Now, I'm expecting a tough second half, but during my celebration, the game was paused, the guy quits out. I guess it's come full circle right when we needed it to. I'll admit, it's a bit anticlimactic, but to be honest, I don't really care. After the worst run in what felt like the history of FIFA, yes, I'm calling it that, and after being demoted 2 divisions, we'd made a statement. It doesn't matter how many we lose, we will always climb back through to the top, until the season ends and EA demote us back down again. Thank you so much for watching. It was a tough one this week. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Also hit that bell icon so you don't miss the next episode where we get back to where we belong in Division 4. I'll see you then.